Hey everybody, John Felici, Security National Mortgage Company here. Man, I'm in here today on Sunday. I am just put the finishing touches up on Mr. and Mrs. Corey Cantwell's mortgage loan. Me and Alicia Skaggs, we're going to get that sucker closed out next week. And so congratulations to Corey and Selena. Let's get this thing done. The topic that I wanted to talk about today is something that I thought was very important. I was out at my friend Stella Alvarez open house yesterday, and she asked me a question that to me was, obvious answer. But when she asked it to me, I was like, wow, I don't think everybody knows this. But what she asked me was, can a person still be approved for financing when they have less than 2 years employment history? The answer is yes. Now, there's a little bit more details to that. If a person has just flat out been unemployed for 2 years, I mean, generally speaking, everybody has to have some means of income. And if you're unemployed, you're probably not just, sitting in your house doing nothing. I mean, you're getting money in from somewhere, whether something bad happened and you were maybe disabled, maybe you got workers' comp, maybe, stay-at-home mothers. That's always a big question, stay-at-home mothers. A woman that we approved a loan for recently, this is a good example. She was married for several years, and, a few years into the marriage, they had children, and she decided to stay home. So she was a stay-at-home mother and wife for a couple years. Well, they got divorced, and she went back to work. She'd been on her job for roughly 6 months, and, she was having a real hard time getting qualified. The thing is that FHA, for example, I mean, they do not impose a minimum time frame for a person to be employed. But if there are employment gaps, they have to be documented and justified. In this woman's case, I'll tell you what we did. She'd been on her current job, so we verify the current job. We're going to have a letter of explanation to identify why it was that she was, unemployed. We weren't able to verify the employment for the past 2 years. And then what I did was we went back and we verified the job that she had prior to staying home. And then, of course, we're going to verify the tax records for the past 2 years. And it's like in her case, we can see it's like she was on the tax return. She just didn't file any income. So this person, for example, only back to work for 6 months, off 2-year gap, but she had employment prior to that. She was off because she was taking care of kids. It's like, this is not an unacceptable employment gap. It's an acceptable employment gap. Give you another example, college. I had a girl, we closed a loan recently. Her situation was for the past, 2 years, she'd been going to TCC. She had got an associate's in business over there. And during this time, she had worked at a couple of restaurants as, server, waitress. Most of her income was undocumented. I mean, you get tips. Most people are not filing those in their taxes, or they're filing a small amount in their taxes. The income wasn't enough to support if you were to go back and look at it for the past 2 years. Well, when she got out of school, she got her associate's degree in business. And then she took a position with the restaurant as a shift manager. So she now has a salary position. However, with the time that she came to me for this loan, what this girl basically had was she had 2 years employment history, but the income that she had being a waitress was very, very insignificant. I mean, I'm talking like, probably $2,000 or $4,000, for each year. And so not nearly enough money to support her to buy this loan. But she had been in school. We were able to get her transcripts, from TCC and document that she was in school during this period of time. We showed that she had graduated with her associate's degree in business. The business correlated to the shift manager position at the restaurant. She'd only been on the restaurant job for, I think, less than 90 days whenever we closed that loan. The point is if you or someone that you know, I mean, if you're having trouble getting qualified for a mortgage loan, I mean, like I said before, if you've got a situation with a person and that person just has been off the map. I don't know, man. It's like, what are they doing? Running guns or selling drugs or something in the last 2 years, and there's just nothing to verify. Well, yeah, maybe you're going to have a hard time getting the loan. But in most cases, when someone's off or they have a period of time they're not working, there's a reason for that. It could, like I said, it could be, staying at home with kids. It could be sickness, helping a sick family member. It could be college. Don't just assume that because you or someone has less than 2 years employment history that you can't get financed. There's a lot of mortgage companies that where you go and apply, like I said, both people that I gave you an example of, they were both turned down by at least 2 places before we talked to them. And so just don't disqualify yourself, don't try to pre-qualify yourself. Let me do it. So, hey, everybody, you got any questions? You need anything, just message me. Be in the office today, get the Kent Wells deal finished up. So I hope this information helps some people out. And if anybody needs a little bit more clarification or need me to expand into any areas, feel free to give me a call, 918-630-1991. Have a good day.